We've reached the regional finals of the Texas High School football playoffs, and it's time for the biggest games yet. I discovered a meal between breakfast and brunch. We're fixing to pick 'em. Welcome in to Fixin' to Pick'em in partnership with the NFHS Networks, your guide to the Texas High School football weekend. My name is Greg Tepper of Dave Campbell's Texas Football and TexasFootball.com. Thank you for tuning in. We're down to 88 teams left in the Texas High School football playoffs. We're going to cut that number in half one more time this week. We start in College Station. 7 o'clock Friday night at Cougar Stadium in College Station. It's a 2A Division II barn burner between Tenaha and Bremond. What are the keys to this matchup? Well, key number one, Bremond's tackling. So Tenaha's got a lot of weapons on their offense, whether it's quarterback CJ Horn or running back Ontario Thompson, their big wide receiver Trey Gardner. They can beat you in a lot of different ways, but the key thing for them is that they do a lot of their damage after first contact. It is up to this outstanding Bremond defense to wrap up and make sure they don't break some big plays. Key number two, Tenaha's non-offensive big plays. The other side of this Tenaha team, they make a lot of plays outside of their offense. Their defense forces a ton of turnovers, 20 interceptions already. They also block a lot of kicks. They make big plays in the special teams. Can they hit a couple of big plays here or there that are probably going to be the difference in this tight matchup? And key number three, Rashad Paul. Yeah, you knew it was going to be him, right? Arguably the most decorated small school athlete in Texas high school football history. The quarterback for Bremond has led the Tigers to 2 straight titles. He's 44-0 as a starter. He is quite simply a superstar. How big of an impact does he have on this game? Who am I picking? I'm going with Bremond. This is a very close game. Both teams coming in 13-0, and this is pretty much a coin flip game. But in that type of game, especially in the small school level, you look at who has the single most impactful individual player. That's Rashad Paul, and that's why I'm going with Bremond. Meanwhile, 5:30 p.m. Saturday evening at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. It's the DeSoto Eagles taking on the Cedar Hill Longhorns in 6A Division II play. What are the keys to this matchup? Well, key number one, 71 days. That's how long will have elapsed between the last time these two teams played each other back in September. DeSoto took a 38-22 win over the Longhorns, and they look good doing it. Sean Robinson had a great game from the quarterback position. But teams evolve, teams change, teams improve, and I don't think there's really any doubt that this Cedar Hill team has improved since their first meeting with DeSoto. Simply put, can Cedar Hill, thanks to this time, close the gap? Key number two, the first quarter. So both these teams kind of have a weird tendency to start slow. Last week, it very nearly cost DeSoto against Abilene before pulling out a late win. Cedar Hill did the same thing in their second round matchup with Denton Guyer. These two teams do have a tendency to start slow. Which team starts faster? That could be a big key in this one. And key number three, little things. We can talk about the big things, right? We talk about Sean Robinson and KD Nixon on that big DeSoto offense. We can talk about this improved Cedar Hill defense or the return of their quarterback Avery Davis, who has just been spectacular lately. But in a close game like this, it's probably going to come down to little things. Little things like special teams, where DeSoto has kind of struggled in the past couple of weeks. Things like turnovers, where Cedar Hill has had a bit of the yips as far as turning the ball over in the past few months. Do the little things turn out to be the big things in this matchup? Who am I picking? I'm sticking with DeSoto. I think the Eagles are for real this year. I love what quarterback Sean Robinson is doing. I know Cedar Hill has improved since that loss to DeSoto back in September, but I think DeSoto's also improved. I think this game is closer than their first meeting, but I do think DeSoto pulls out the win. 7:30 p.m. Friday night in Round Rock, it's Lake Travis taking on Austin Westlake in another rematch, this one in 6A Division I play. Remember, these two teams played in district play back in October, and it was all Lake Travis, 49-7. They walloped their arch rival. Now, things have improved for Westlake. They have a healthy Sam Ellinger. Their running back, Nakia Watson, has been fantastic. But the way that Lake Travis is playing right now with quarterback Charlie Brewer, I'm not sure there's a team in the state that can stop them. I like the Cavaliers. 8 o'clock Saturday night at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, it's Temple taking on Manvel. This Temple team is really peaking at the right time. This defense is playing fantastic. Taquan Graham, their big defensive end, is starting to flex his muscles, but there's something about this Manvel team. What they did to Cedar Park last week was especially impressive. I think the Mavericks are the best team in Class 5A. I'm rolling with Manvel. And 7:30 p.m. Friday at Mesquite's Memorial Stadium, it's a 4A Division II clash between Salina and Gilmer. These two teams have gotten to know each other the past couple of years, and they do not like each other. This promises to be a war. I'm a little concerned about Salina. I feel like the past couple of weeks they've been trending in the wrong direction. This Gilmer attack has got plenty of weapons, including their quarterback, Aaron Poppy Brown. I think the Buckeyes win this one. But those are far from the only big games in the regional finals of the Texas high school football playoffs. Let's get to the lightning round. In 6A Division I play, I like Allen to beat Duncanville. Give me the Woodlands to stay unbeaten with a win over Round Rock, and Galena Park North Shore edges Humboldt Atascocita. It's all about the hot hand in 6A Division II. I like Klein Collins to beat Spring Westfield. I like Cy Ridge to beat Katy Cinco Ranch, and Cibolo Steel takes down San Antonio Churchill. In 5A Division I play, I like Denton Orion to beat Colleyville Heritage. I think Highland Park edges out Mansfield Legacy, and Richmond Foster takes down Dripping Springs. 5A Division II now. I think Aledo in Saginaw Boswell's historic run, and Lancaster takes down Mesquite Poteet. I think College Station finds a way past Fort Bend Marshall, and Corpus Christi Carlisle and keeps rolling with a win over Victoria East. 4A Division I now. I think Abilene finds a way to ground Leveland's attack, and Van takes down Kennedale. I think it's close, but I think Carthage takes down Stafford, and in a rematch, I like La Vega just barely over China Spring. In 4A Division II, I like Sweetwater to take down Seminole. I'm going with West Orange Stark to stay hot with a win over Giddings. And in the toughest game to call of the week, I think Cuero beats Geronimo Navarro. 3A Division I, I'm rolling with the defending champs with Brock over Wall, and Mineola beats Pottsboro. I think Malakoff gets revenge for last year and beats Cameron Yo this year, and I think Hallisville takes down Yoakum. A lot of great games in 3A Division II. I'm going with Sonora to beat Canadian, and I like Gunner to beat Winona. I'm taking Newton to top ARP, and Lexington beats Bowling. In 2A Division I like Anson to take down Abernathy, and Crawford beats De Leon. I like Centerville over Price Carlisle, and Refugio gets tested, but they beat Mason. 2A Division II now. I like Wellington to keep rolling with a win over Seagraves. Ira Ann just barely over Monday, and I'm going to roll with Burton over Flatonia. And we've got state semifinals in 6-man play. In 1A Division I like Happy to beat Borden County, and Jonesboro beats Union Hill. In 1A Division II, I like Balmorhea to beat Valley, and in a battle of perennial powers, I like Richland Springs just barely over Kroll. That's going to do it for Fixing to Pick'em in partnership with the NFHS Networks. What am I wrong about? Leave comments down below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Follow us on Twitter at DCTF. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Dave Campbells. Follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/Dave Campbells. And of course, see us at texasfootball.com. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the state quarterfinals. We'll see ya.